Hey everybody, it's Millie with Crafting in My PJs. Welcome to my channel. I am here today to show you my finished journal, junk journal for the Dollar Tree Junk Journal Challenge that is hosted by Paper Terrace. And so if you have not seen any other videos about this, a really quick recap, but there'll be a link in the description below to Paper Terrace's original video so you can go back and see exactly what the rules are. But basically, it's a Dollar Tree Junk Journal Challenge. This is the hashtag Paper Terrace DTJJ. It goes from March 1st to March 25th, 2024. It was March 15th, and she extended it by 10 days. And that's why you're seeing my video on the 14th, because I am finished. And one of the things when I was doing this was I did not look at anybody else's videos because it bothered me. It made me feel too inferior. And so it was interrupting my creative process. So I just started looking at the videos last night of other people. I'm so excited. Everybody's so creative. And that's when I realized that the challenge has been extended to the 25th. But I'm already done. I need to go ahead and video this, show it to you, because after this project, I'm moving on to Peter Pan, a little golden book that I'm making as sort of a junk journal memory album for a friend and myself, because we're running a 5K at Disney's Springtime Surprise, and the theme is Neverland. So she made me an Alice in Wonderland little golden book, and so I'm making her a Peter Pan. Anyway, so these were the rules. You spend $20 at Dollar Tree, and you use those supplies to make a junk journal. Any glue or ink or tools that you already have at your house, stencils, embossing folders, punches, anything of that sort, that does not count. That's free. That's freebie. And believe it, if you've not done a junk journal before, or this challenge, you need those free items, because even though $20 seems like a lot at Dollar Tree, when you're trying to mix and match and make things pretty and creative, so the tools came in handy. So let's just recap on what are the things that I purchased for this challenge at Dollar Tree. I bought 16 items. All right, so here are those 16 items in junk journal form. All right, so just to let you know, I have more notes. What did I use other than for this challenge, I was very, very adamant that I stuck to the rules, and I did. The tools I used here at home were punches, and I don't have too many punches left, but the punches I had left, some ink, I have lots of ink, stamps, and I did have a good number of flower themed stamps, and a lot of those a lot of them were Dollar Tree stamps, but not everything. A lot of other things came from Temu. Those were my two big sources for stamps. I also used stencils. I used my sewing machine. I used my printer because I printed on paper that I had already for the challenge. I copied more lined paper. So I had the journal with the lined paper, and then I had the white sketchbook paper. I went ahead and I used the copier portion of my printer and printed more lined paper because I did want more of that. And then I also used my little HP Sprocket, and I printed out a couple of Google images that had to do with flowers. It wasn't like a DigiKit or anything like that. It was just a photo, and it was wording, and you'll see in there is two of them. All right. And as you saw in the items here, let me bring the light back. It kind of washes everything out. Let's see how that works. All right, so as you saw in my supplies, I purchased a placemat, and that's when I decided I wanted to make my journal. I wanted to make my journal out of the placemat. I have not made a soft cover type junk journal before, and so this challenge gave me a lot of opportunities to try things that I hadn't done before, and also to have me use some of the supplies that I have not touched in years. So that was good too. So as you see, the cover is semi-soft. I do have a manila folder on the inside, and I did sew it around. I used some of the sunflower material and some of the sunflower burlap. I layered it here, and then I stamped Golden Memories. It was about the only stamp I had that had something to do with like the book, like, you know, the journal. Because this journal I'm keeping, and I plan to write memories in it for my children. So memories of my childhood for my children to read. So, but I turned the material over so that you could see the stamping, and it also gave some variety in shading. So there you go. I did not decorate the back. The back stayed the same. My colors stayed with, I kept with this yellow and a navy blue and green. All my stitching was done in green. And I also, the sketchbook papers I had purchased, that pad is the basis of the journal, and the pages are white. And for every other journal I've ever made, I have used coffee dyed paper or digital kits. So I decided for this one I was going to leave it white. White kind of gives me some anxiety, like this white page. So you'll see I had to make some modifications as I went, you know, to handle that. All right, so we open up, and this is one of the things I printed on my little printer, my little photo printer. That glare. So inside of the front pocket, I had a trifold with some of this journal paper and some stamping and some of the sunflower material to go with this. I was not going to put the sunflower material for the spine, but I punched my holes crooked for sewing in the signatures, and so I had to cover it up and redo. So, all right, so this was about the only sticker sheet I purchased was this window. And so what I did when I wanted like a brick wall, but when I put it on, I cut out the page. So literally, this is the back of that window. And also with this paper, every time I stamped, the ink came through. But in some cases, like this, I thought it was fine. It looked really good. Other places, I covered it up. So you see it's a house with a garden. All right, well, let's say it's a garden shed with a garden because you're in the house, right? All right, so, or are you in the house? I don't know. Maybe I'm not sure. You're looking out at the garden. Let's go with that. All right, so if you take the tag out, there's that picture. That came from the magazine I purchased. And yet, there it is. There's another picture. I know the glare. I'm sorry. So when you pull this tag out, you're still going to see something else. And honestly, if you want the green instead, I say if it was your journal for some reason, if you didn't want this, you could definitely leave the tag out and just let it be a greenery. All right, so I went with kind of a butterfly motif, so some butterfly stencils. I did learn that stenciling did not bleed through to the other side, so I did a lot of stenciling. And then I took some gilded paste and used a stencil and stenciled on this tag with some stickles. It's a manila folder. Almost all of my solid pieces, like my tags and all, are made out of manila folders and or covers from Sketchpad in the journal. I also used up all of that. On top is a sheet of this white paper that I used Distress Oxide spray. I used this. I didn't like the speckled look, so I ended up taking a baby wipe and wiping it down, and it came out with this nice look, which gave me a great color contrast to the white page. I did ink all of the page edges lightly. I don't think you can see it on the camera, but I did do that. All right, the other thing, I had those bags, those treat bags, so I used punches with the treat bags to make pockets and to make decorations. Another tag just stamped on the back, and I tried to pick the pictures from the magazine. I cut out every single picture from the magazine that I had purchased and used almost every single picture because this was my primary color source for the journal. Did cut out some different circles to go in there. Didn't have a circle punch that small. And here's the same thing, but just with a side view. And this one is blank on the back with just a stamp. All right. And then there are, I think, maybe four of these pages that I sewed together and gave myself some really large writing areas on the back. Again, manila folders sewed with some of the images out of the magazine. All right, just a page for writing or photo putting. I had the greeting cards, or those little all occasion cards, six to a pack or 8 to a pack. So I used them to make tags. Another bag with some ink and another tag, and they kind of all coordinate. Just a variety page. I had a oops, so there's a flower there. Belly band with some of the burlap. Again, same thing. Some of that journal paper on the back of these pictured cards. And then there are my doilies. I just used, some of them were already colored because the doily pack I already had at home. Some of them I had already dyed, and then the ones that weren't dyed, I did ink the edges with some Distress ink. All right, and then this one is just a long, narrow one to give us some different levels, some variety in there. All right. These are not pockets. Could have made them pockets, but I didn't. Just writing space. More writing space. Everything has at least a stamp on it. More writing space. Did not make a pocket out of it, though I could have. I used the tissue paper as variety in the pages for color and everything, but I went ahead and put 2 sheets together, put a piece of white paper in between and sewed it all together, glued and sewed so that it was a little bit firmer. And then on this side are two of the envelopes from those card packs. And there you are. They open up like this. And then just some stenciled writing space. And they're exactly the same, top and bottom. And they're just tied together with some of the burlap strings that I unraveled from the burlap. So I even use strings, the strings from the burlap. I also use the burlap strings here on my tassel. Writing page, some doilies, more stenciling, just some stamping with differences. There was one I did make a pocket, but I think I did something with it. Just a tissue paper page, more writing. The only time I didn't stencil with brown was when I had the navy blue. And so you'll see some navy blue. Now these are just pictures that I glued on to be different. They are illustrations out of the magazine. Again, more writing. Used leftover placemats as some page edge decorations. I was going to make it a pocket out of this, but I decided not to. I just have it as a fold out. A writing spot. All right, so that was that speckling from the Distress Oxide, and I did not care for it. Now, it looks okay here, but I didn't really care for it. So I tried to cover up some of it, and that's why I wiped it on the pages. Again, used some of the treat bags with some stamping. Now, this was just like in the others where I had pieces of tissue paper kind of in the middle. Well, this one, if you hold on to the lace and you pull out, there are two illustrations from the magazine and a writing space. And then on the other side, two writing spaces and one illustration. So it's kind of a secret pull-out and more writing space. And here we have another pocket with a card. Now some of these bags, these treat bags that I used, I might have sealed them up here and opened them at the top to have different spots so it was a little bit different. Here's another one of those large ones. Another pocket right here with a writing space. More of that inked paper to give it some difference. And I tried to make it so that cute things fell inside those openings. There we go. Here's another. Okay, we're starting our second signature. I only did 2 signatures. That's another thing I'm really grateful that I decided not to do 3 and to do just 2 signatures because I think I would have like stressed out a little too much. All right, so I did 3 cards, 3 tags. They're all decorated very similarly. And so they go together, different sizes. So they nest, punched a hole, tied with some burlap that I unraveled, and they are blank on the back for writing. After the challenge, I might go back and add an eyelet, but you know, I hadn't bought eyelets, so I didn't want to add that. Here's my other sticker. It just says, "To plan a garden is to dream of tomorrow," and that came off of my Sprocket and Google Images. All right, just a variety of places to write, just to give something different to look at. You know, trying to take things and move them in different spots. So then here's that speckling. Didn't like it. Tried to dull it down some with the bag, the yellow bag. And, oh, this is stuck. Oh, there we go. And then I used my embossing folders, and I embossed a card with writing on the back. And so I haven't embossed on my Big Shot in, gosh, a long, long time. So I was really happy this gave me an opportunity to try out some of these tools that I've put away and not really touched. All right, more of the placemat that was left over, and I stenciled on top of it. And then just a piece of embossed yellow treat bag. It's both sides. I went ahead and I sewed them together with a little bit of a decoration. My intention was to make it a pocket, another pocket, but I stenciled it upside down. So I went ahead and I glued both of them. So it's just a decoration at this point. I could, if I wanted, I could add a piece of journaling paper on that side, or I could use it for photos. I do plan to put some childhood photos in here. Small. I like my little sprocket. I like printing on that. All right, so back to more blue, and then took some more of the yellow treat bag leftover placemat. The placemat had these circle-y things on one side and had white material on the other. So I did stencil the white. And there you go. Just two more places to write. Closed it up. On this side, oh, so I opened the bag just on one side and then like folded it over. So this side I glued down, made a little pocket with the vellum, that vellum paper I had bought, with just a little cute picture inside. And it has, of course, it's blank on the back so you can write. Another picture with a writing space. I really like this stamp. All right. And then here's another one of these cards. Oh, look at this. I missed a page. No stamping on this page. I'll have to come and do something on there. I can't believe I missed it. This one too. So I missed 2 pages. All right. 3 if you count that. I don't know. I thought I was done, but I am done. This is it. All right, here's more of the cards. Just put some of that vellum as a little bit of color. Some of this, the Distress Oxide paper. And here's another pocket. It was one of these cards. One of these cards that I put in part of the signature. So I took the cover, the colored part, and glued on and made a pocket. So on both sides. There you go. All right, some writing space. Another colored sheet. More writing space. Tried to keep it symmetrical. So we're on a blue side right now. Have a belly band from the magazine, but I did put some manila folder underneath it to keep it stronger. Just some more embossed manila folder and just very odd looking writing space. Just anything to give a little bit of difference. By this point I was starting to get a little oh my gosh, I'm running out of ideas. There's another punch. So what I did was punch of the picture on words and then punch of words on the picture, and they fit. And these are again left over from the placemat. I also right here did my own version of homemade washi tape to decorate the edges with the tissue paper. I saw it on a video and I tried it and it was pretty cool. I wish I had wider tape though. My tape wasn't wide enough. All right, 2 pockets with some inserts. Again, use some more of that tissue paper to give it some variety. To glue that down. All right, some of our ribbon there. Again, same thing over here, just decorated into 2 pockets. All right, more pages, more pockets. This one I didn't really leave a good writing space, but I thought it would be great for a photo. Now this, I had some of this paper left over, and so I embossed it with this beautiful embossing folder from Stampin' Up! And then inked it, and so it gave this contrast to the white background, and I think it looks really cute. Oh, and here is one of those little treat bags, and I did leave it open, but there's nothing in it, because I wanted it for storing something. What if when I go to do my memories, I have some memorabilia or something that I want to put. I have a space. I have a space to put that in. So both of those are the same. and another vellum with a card. And then on this side, the vellum matches, and if you lift up, there's writing space, just to give it something different. All right, another one of these. All right, and this, we're getting to the end. Here's a burlap pocket with a vellum pocket I made, just gluing together, and then I cut off some of the top, and then put a card inside, a stamped card, using that inked paper. And then here is another place to write with that stamp that I really like. On this side, I intended this for photos, so I didn't decorate them in any other way. This is just more of the tissue paper, and I did put some sturdier cardboard like on the inside, and kind of made it like a flip out. It's not really a waterfall, but a flip out for photos. More writing. Two more of these envelopes with those cards, and on the inside is just pictured illustrations with writing space on back. And I try to kind of distract from the speckling. I don't know how good a job I did on that. Look, it bled over here, but I think it looks good. It makes it very vintagey and different. Some tissue paper as variety. And then I took a doily and made a pocket with a doily. And in the pocket is this cute little fold-out card with some place to write. Some of that paper, and just decorated on the back. It's just kind of eclectic decorating. And then the very last pocket is a piece of cardboard with the distressed paper, the inked paper, and then some of that lined journal paper. And I put that on there. And then just topped it off with sunflowers, since that was my theme, was sunflowers or just plants in general. And there you go. That is it. That is my junk journal, my Dollar Tree junk journal for the challenge. I hope you enjoyed it. I can't wait to see everybody else's journals, how they came out. All right, that's it, guys. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next video. Bye.